Well, hello everyone and welcome back. And I must say, what a week. This is definitely the most wild week I've ever seen in the stock market for me personally. I'm sure you all know the GameStop situation, so I won't really talk about it today. As I'm sure you all know, the market's taking a bit of a dip. Of course, many speculate that it is due to GameStop institutional investors having to cover their losses from the massive, epic, historic short squeeze that took place this week. So for this week, since everything is dipping, which is not a bad thing necessarily because everything will be at a good discount, we just have to now wait for the buying signals for our favorite stock. Me personally, I'm going to be looking at ARK investment stocks like ARKQ. Wait for this to wait to get the buying signal on ARK investments. If we look back at previous dips, you can see right here we had a dip right here, and then we got a buying confirmation in this region, and then it went up. So we were looking for buying confirmation, so bars above the SMA, but we were waiting for confirmations like here on around September 25th, some candlesticks above, and then we ride it up. Same here again, November 15th, 16th area, candlesticks above SMA and try to ride it up. Obviously, we are definitely nowhere near that yet. I imagine Monday or tomorrow we'll still see some candlesticks below the SMA, and I won't be surprised if we see the market continues to dip tomorrow and Tuesday. So we're just waiting now, playing the waiting game for when these stocks get into the confirmation area. For this week, I'm going to mostly focus on ETFs, PBW, a clean energy ETF, of course ARK investment, specifically ARKQ, and the new one, Moon. I talked a little bit about this in my Moon video that was breaking down. There's not a lot of history on this because it's fairly new. It came out November 13th. But obviously, it's also like many of the other ETFs and stocks. It's a slight downtrend. It found support on the SMA, but it could easily break that. We just had bearish divergence on the MACD. RSI is also going down. So we'll see where this goes. Keep your eye on it. I wouldn't be surprised if it dipped a little more and then maybe rebounded. But again, it's hard to say right now, especially with the wild week last week. So also another ETF, this one Nerd. I'll probably make a video on Nerd here, but I've been liking this ETF. It's a esports ETF, but very steady growth as of late. Very steady up channel. It's also again in a small little dip like everything else. So I'm waiting for, see we have a bearish divergence here, albeit very small. RSI is going down too. But I am waiting on this one. This one is not a massive growth ETF, but it's a steady ETF. So if you want to allocate some of your portfolio to like slow and steady assets, this is a good one. Yeah, see 12% in 20, well, let's put it below the candle. So 10% in 24 days, not a huge, massive growth stock or ETF like we've seen with some other ones, but it's a good slow and steady one. Looking at Sol, I have my eye on this one. This one's dipping pretty hard. I'm waiting to find support. We had some massive growth on this one. Yeah, look at that, 350%. Now I'm not expecting it to go crazy like that anytime soon, but definitely have my eye out on this one. I think this one's going to do well. This is one of the up and coming solar companies, so definitely waiting for the bottom on this one. Touching on Run really quick, massive dip. The $66 zone is a line of support, but again, with the market dipping really hard, it's hard to say where this will find support. So we shall see when this gets back into a confirmation. Definitely waiting on this one because it is clearly in a downtrend, pretty steady. It got in a downtrend before the market took a dip. Palantir is also in a little bit of a dip. It's not below the SMA, so we might, with earnings coming up, we might see an increase, but with the market dipping, it's hard to say what will happen. Again, it's not below the SMA, so it might find support, but who knows? Just as, again, everything is a wait and see game at this point. There's some speculation with everyone upset with how things went with the stock market, and some people are upset with how the stock market is ran for obvious reasons. Some people speculate that we'll see a increase in cryptocurrency, so a decentralized currency like Bitcoin or Ethereum. There's lots of speculation of people going to altcoins and whatnot as well. Haven't seen too much of that yet. We saw a huge explosion with Dogecoin, which was very short-lived, but it is currently, as the filming of this video, findings might break the estimate here. It did right here on this wick, but it was quickly rejected. But I wouldn't be surprised if you did see a lot of people move to cryptocurrency given their frustration with how the stock market conducted itself last week. So keep your eye out on Bitcoin, Ethereum. Dogecoin is interesting. There's other altcoins I would recommend. Like, obviously there's Ethereum, which is the king of alts, but there's also like Polkadot and Link. Those ones I highly recommend those ones. So look into it. Just don't buy it just because like I recommend them as good altcoins. But of course, yeah, use the same principles that we use for stocks. Is this a buy? Did we get a buy signal like we did here on Ethereum? A buy signal here went up 13%. Yeah, these things are, as you know, cryptocurrency is very volatile and can have massive swings to the upside and downside, so be aware of that. So yeah, everyone, we're going to play the waiting game. Keep an eye out for your favorite stocks, see if there's any catalysts that are coming up. I would use this time to educate yourself, watch YouTube videos, read books, read articles, read Investopedia, research patterns. When it's dipping like this and we're waiting, it's always good to brush up on your knowledge of stocks and cryptos and ETFs or Forex or whatever it is you're into. So that about wraps up this video. If you like what you've seen here, please like and subscribe. With that, thank you. Until next time.